Hi guys, I hope that you are well and in good spirits. This morning I shared a job vacancy from St. Nicholas Abbey, and they were asking for a cane cutter. At the time I shared the post, I thought that this was a good opportunity. People aren't working, people can make, some money, pay a bill, buy some food, buy whatever they want. But after reading the comments, which were very insightful, so I thank you guys very much for always being willing to share your views respectfully, even if they differ from each other. You guys are always very respectful in sharing your views. I did not consider how much work it would be to cut 1 ton of cane, and I wonder if $110 is really enough or adequate for the amount of work that will have to go in to cut in 10 to 15 tons of cane per week. However, I don't want that to be a deterrent. I think that anyone who is willing to do it should apply. There's a lady who commented on the thread and said that it's a specialist area, and there are techniques that you have to use to cut cane, but there's someone who's willing to train any young people who are willing to go and cut the cane. A gentleman said there are some jobs that as a black man he would not take, especially when they're offered by Caucasian people who have a history of owning plantations or owning slaves, or their ancestors owned slaves or whatever. It is a touchy subject. I honestly don't think that the job application or the need for cane cutters was meant to make anyone feel less human or to belittle us as black people. I just think that it was a job vacancy that was shared and posted. Maybe they will consider increasing the rate of pay to adequately compensate those who apply for the job for the hard work, being in the sun and stuff like that. People akin it to being slave labor. They said in this day and age it should not be done, and in 2021 no one should be cutting cane. But many of our great grandparents cut cane. That's how they were able to buy land, that's how they were able to send their children to school and to put food on the table. So even though that there should be greater opportunities for young people in this day and age, we have to face the fact that though their jobs are scarce. So I think one of the reasons why people remain in a state of poverty is because they think that certain jobs are beneath them, and because certain jobs are beneath them, they don't ever apply for certain posts. I remember when I was about 18 or 19, I went and I picked cotton. I needed money for something. I think it was to buy books from at BCC or something like that. And I went to St. George with a few friends of mine, and we said we're gonna pick cotton. We had no idea how much how much work it would take to fill a crocus bag of cotton, until we saw some of the older folk picking the cotton and dropping big rocks inside the crocus bags. I did that for one day and I did not go back. But the point is that unless you try something to make an honest living, you will always be stuck in a rut. I picked cotton. I worked as a waitress. I was a hostess. I did so many jobs. I sang in banks. I stuffed pillows out at Juman factory, out Lowlands. I think that the pay were $1.25 per pillow or something like that. And a whole set of us from Parshland went cross Juman. I did that for probably a week and then I did done with that. But my thing is, you have to try something. There's nothing wrong with pumping gas. There's nothing wrong with working at a supermarket. There's nothing wrong with cutting cane. There's nothing wrong with doing janitorial work. There's nothing wrong with planting, doing kitchen garden, or going digging potatoes out on a plantation and selling and stuff like that. We have to stop thinking that jobs are beneath us and know that life is a cycle, and we need every single person in society. Every single person in society makes a valuable contribution, and when you put it out there that there's certain jobs that blacks should not do, then what are the jobs that you want them to do when they can't find the desired job. Because if they can't find the desired job and they still have bills to pay, they still have children to feed, and they still have other financial obligations, you're sending them to take the easy way out, maybe turn to a life of crime, prostitution, or whatever. And you really don't want that. So that's all I wanted to say on the topic. I'm really hoping that they would change the pay to compensate for any person who wants to go and cut cane. I don't have the strength to do it, but I admire any single person who decides, you know what, I am going to take up my machete or my cutlass, that's what people call it in Barbados, and I go in with a group of my friends. We can split that money and we can make an honest dollar and call that Wally, and be proud to do it, and be proud to do it. Don't feel bad or don't feel ashamed or anything like that. That's all I wanted to say. So I thank you guys for your comments, and I thank you guys for putting it into perspective. And when jobs are advertised, I think that the companies have to take into consideration the impact that the wording of the posters or the flyers that they put out there may have on certain members in society. But we also have to see past color, because we are in a country where, you know, if you're going to say that you don't want to take certain jobs because you're a black man from a white man, then there's certain jobs you shouldn't work. You shouldn't want a job. You shouldn't want a job where the owner of the company is white, or the owner of the company is Syrian or Indian or whatever. Let's try to change that mentality, and just let's try to promote a culture of fairness where you are paid what you are worth, and your time and your effort is valued and appreciated. I think that is all that we would want to be as valuable members of today's society. Have a wonderful day, and God bless. Okay, bye-bye.